Auto Inc. are proud sponsors of motorsports in Singapore and across the region. Driven by excellence, driven by passion, driven by speed. Get on board and share the ride with Auto Inc.
It's all happening here, man. We got the junior category all lined up on the grid. It's been a fiery day for this category. All sorts of stuff has happened as we see Manon Maestra back on the grid.
Race control to starter in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag, green flag.
Santosh Balakrishna looks like he's got a little bit of a problem with the go-kart, but he gets going again, so that's pretty good there. So right now we have Hong Yang leading the pack. He did an absolutely fantastic race in the pre-finals, followed by championship leader Amin Nozilan. Gabriella Cho in the McElrea racing kart looks like she's just warming up those front tires now, trying to get as much heat as she can, so the grip level will be good by the time she starts, and she's had a much more positive day here today, so that's pretty good stuff as she is warming it up to the extreme. She wants to be prepared.
That's right, still going to be a close battle for second position in this championship, but Gabriella has to finish ahead of Hong Yang.
I think she has every intention to do so today. We've seen that her driving has a much more positive attitude tag to it today. So it's really good to see Gabriella back on form. And she's still in it. Anything can happen in motor racing.
And Armin wants revenge on Hong Yang as well. He wants to come away with a win this afternoon to cement his championship win. As they come to cross the start line, Hong Yang's got a great break on Armin. Armin's going to try something on the outside. Hong Yang can't make it stick. Now he's trying on the inside at the back of the circuit. Can't make it stick. Can he do something through the chicane? As they go out of sight from us, come down and Armin's on the inside of Hong Yang at the back of the back straight, as they come into the stadium complex for the first time out of 20. They've got plenty of time to make their move. Look how wide Hong Yang is making his kart. Armin's got a tough job ahead of him. He's going to do anything to get past Hong Yang.
Yeah, we've also got to note that the driver in form this weekend has been Manon Maestra, and she's still on the back of that train of karts right now, so she's going to be trying her best to get through that field. Let's see whether she's got what it takes.
Yeah, she's been the surprise of the weekend. She's found an extra spark, as we saw in qualifying in the past heats. Here's 1, 2, 3. There's less than 200th of a second separating them, less than a meter separating the cars. Look at Armin Norzeland ducking and diving all over the back. Ooh, Hong Yang makes his kart extra wide there, going down the middle straight.
Yeah, well, you know, Hong Yang is running defensive lines right now, so definitely the exits on his corners are going to be severely compromised, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see whether he can keep on the pace and keep Armin behind him as they come through again. It's all pretty crazy down here, and Hong Yang is still leading with Armin right behind him. Gabriella Cho has closed up right into the front pack, so she's keeping her championship contention alive.
Oh, they're so close together. They come down the back straight. Armin's on the outside of Hong Yang now. How is he going to get past? He must be thinking of all these different passing maneuvers in his head whilst fending off Gabriella as well. This is the closest we've seen these guys race this weekend. Fantastic stuff. And I'm sure Armin is desperate to get this win.
Yeah, well,
his championship.
Last race of the season.
Had another look there. This could end in tears, and Gabriella is in the prime position to take advantage. And Gabriella tries on the inside of the back chicane. but Armin closes the door. Armin is slowing down quite a lot here. Gabriella's setting herself up to produce some magic.
Well, you know, we've just got to note that Ethan Goodman at the moment is having a fantastic race, trying to overtake Gabriella, but Gabriella takes a defensive line. Ethan is on song.
That's a change in ways as well. Seeing Ethan up here battling for third position. Good though, it's good to see him there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're 5 laps into the race already, and there's only a 4-second gap separating first to last in this grid. So, you know, this season finale is really bringing out the best in these drivers.
Yeah, it looks like Hong Yang's pulling out a gap over Armin.
And Manu Maestro is right on the back of Ryan Chung now. She's taking a look, and she's not quite close enough. Oh, and Hong Yang with the flag out. It looks like a mechanical flag of some sort. We can't really see what's wrong with the kart on those screens right now, but this could be the end of the championship right here. It's not looking good for Hong Yang.
Yes.
Ben, can you see what's wrong with that go-kart?
It looked a little bit shaky at the front as he was turning the corners through the chicane here, but I don't see anything else loose.
Oh yeah, we've just been told it's the radiator. The radiator's been bent. But Hong Yang is still out there. He's got 3 laps to do this, to bring it back in. He's gonna have to look up. Come on, Hong Yang, take a look, mate.
He doesn't notice any difference.
Or maybe right now he's not exactly having a look at his engine temp. I wonder whether his radiator damage has affected anything.
We've seen Manon's made 2 spaces. She's right behind Ryan Chung now. She's taking Santosh and our new entry.
Hong popping up the pool.
All right, and unfortunately Hong Yang has yielded the flags and he's come into the pits. He's shaking his head. He's bitterly disappointed. He wanted to make it 2 from 2, and this has given Armin Norzaland plenty of room now to dominate the rest of the race and take that win that he wants.
Oh, it's going to make it that little bit easier for Gabriella. If anything were to happen to Armin Norzaland during this race, it could be Gabriella's title still to win. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how this turns out. Yeah, so right now, if it finishes this way, Gabriella is going to claim second in the championship with Armin taking the title. But, you know, there's still many laps to go here. We've only just entered the 10th running lap of this race. Manon Maestro right now with a best time of 34.826. Also, her last lap that she did. So she's a woman on a mission right now. She is nice and well focused on the rear of Ryan Chung's kart. Well, you know, Ben, Ethan Goodman doing a fantastic job here today, currently sitting in 3rd place. He's done really well to get up there, and he looks like he belongs there right now. He's not really losing a lot of time. Ryan Chung is not giving him a lot of grief in the back, but Manu Maestro is catching up with those 2 lap by lap. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Well, we've just been doing a little bit of arithmetic on the paper today because it's a bit hard to do the mental, and we've got to stand corrected. The way this is going to finish, if Gabriella finishes second and Armin finishes first, Gabriella is going to lose second place in the championship by 1 point.
That's right. So she has to do everything she can over the next 7 laps to try and win this race. She has to win this race to take second position in the overall championship. And I'm sure Hong Yang sitting in the pits, upset that he's not out there, but hoping that she finishes in second and doesn't win the race.
Well, you know what's pretty interesting, man? Gabriella Yuey is catching Amin Nozilan that last lap, 0.2 of a second quicker. And you can see visually that she's getting a lot closer in that McElroy Racing go-kart.
Losing the rear end a bit going through the chicane. That's lost her a bit of space as we have.
Manon Maestra is right on the tail of Ryan Chung now. Ethan Goodman looks like he's starting to hold those two up after many strong laps.
Yes, if Ethan finishes in this position, it'll be the highest result for Ethan, as Gabriella is so close. She can make a move any time now. She's close enough. Maybe she'll try coming into turn one. As I said, she has to win this if she's going to get second in the championship. The girls have been so dominant this weekend. Mana Maestra, she's going to be fighting for third position as well, as Ryan Chung is ducking and diving. He wants to pass Ethan. There's a three-car battle for third place as they come around the second corner, and there's still 5 laps to go.
This is pretty interesting stuff. Then I just noticed out of that last lap that Manon Maestra, she's suffering a little bit on the exit on the last turn, but she manages to brake a lot later than the 2 cars in front of her into turn 1. So if she could get one of those exits right coming out of that last turn, she has every chance to make that position over Ryan Chung. Let's see how she gets the exit now. Oh, and still not quite enough space there, but as she comes on the brake, she closes right up to them.
You stand corrected. It's a 25-lap race. They've still got 9 laps to go.
Championship contenders Amin Nozilan and Gabriella Yuey come through the complex, finishing their 16th running lap.
Bumper to bumper here for third position. Ethan is clearly holding up the rest of the field here. Ryan's doing everything possible to get past, and Manon is still there. She can take advantage of this if anything happens between Ethan and Ryan. What a superstar this weekend.
Yeah, no, it's really good to see the improvement that Manon Maestra has had. She hasn't had the best luck this weekend, getting taken out by Gabriella a little earlier in the day, and unfortunately flipping that kart and falling on her helmet. But the way that she's bounced back, she's still competitive. She's not scared of that go-kart, and she's just doing a fantastic job here.
She has no fear. I was just noticing, if you have a look at Armin as he's coming into the stadium complex, he's going very, very wide, which could be an opportunity if Gabriella's picked up on this to pass coming into the stadium complex. See how wide he's going? And Gabriella's getting a much tighter line there. She's closer. She could dive on the inside and take this first place.
Yeah, the thing we do have to note is in round 3 this year, we saw Amin and Hong Yang fighting it out as one of those major corners there. And I think Amin has a fair idea how the line works going past that SKC sign. So I think he will probably know how to defend that line.
Now can Gabriella do anything? She's close enough coming through the stadium complex. It is possible to pass through here as we've seen already today, or you just drive over the grass as I think it was Randall did that earlier today, didn't he?
Nah, I think that was Richard Yuey, man. That was Richard Yuey that was taking 4 wheels on the grass. Very spirited performance there from Richard. Didn't quite make it stick, but great try from the veteran driver. Well, right back down to the juniors, man. We have Ethan Goodman still holding up that train right now, but holding it up well with not too much pressure on him, with Ryan Chung and Manon Maestra right behind.
All right, it looks like Gabriella is lining herself up. Her line slightly changed. She's only got 4 more laps to produce something here. Second place in the championship depends upon it. Manon's a lot closer now to Ryan. it's been girl power all weekend in this class, I tell you.
I mean, fantastic to see the quality of the driving in the mid-pack has improved so dramatically during the 2011 season. And we've just seen that over the last 20 laps with these 3 go-karts of Goodman, Chung and Maestro just locked bumper to bumper. So a lot of discipline there.
Gabriella seems to be losing some ground as she's sliding out into the stadium. Come on, this is Ryan's chance. Centimeters, he gives him a nudge. Gives Ethan a nudge. Passes him through. I don't think that was on purpose though. He was under braking there. It was very close to call. And Ethan wants to take it back on the inside. You're not getting away with it that easy, Ryan. I want to take it back.
Well, it's all working for Manu right now. She almost had a chance to take another spot back, but it's going to be interesting to see what the stewards have to say for that. That was a substantial bump.
And Manon has a little coming together with Ryan. She needs this 3rd place. She qualified in 3rd. She has been running in 3rd all weekend. She had a mechanical problem. She had to retire. She deserves 3rd place so much.
So much.
Of superlatives there, but I was getting tongue-tied.
Oh, you know, Ben, I'm really feeling the passion for what you have for this karting championship. It's really good to see, man.
It's been awesome. Another nudge there by Manon. Wake up, Ryan, here I am. She's only got 1 more lap to do it. She has to do something this lap. She's going to take 3rd position. Gabriella's coming down the back straight for the last time.
Oh, you know, Manu's got to be careful though.
Ethan's on the inside of Manon. They touch. He takes 4th position off her as Armin is crossing the flag to take the checkered flag and a win. Our champion, our 2011 SKC Junior Champion. What a dominant win there. Under pressure by 2nd place, Gabriella Chio. Unfortunately, not enough to get 2nd in the championship. As Manon has another nudge by Ethan to take 4th position as she crosses the line. She raises her hand. Good enough for her. And 3rd place, Ryan Chung. Wow, lots of dramas in that race. Lots of bumping and grinding. They just couldn't get past Ethan. But a good job to these kids. Armin Norzeland in 1st position, closely followed by less than half a second by Gabrielle Chio. And rounding out 3rd place is Ryan Chung. And a monster drive again by Manon Maestra, starting from the end of the field and finishing in 4th.
Oh, you know, the stewards, they're all walking around having a look around, shaking their heads. Looks like these drivers in the junior category have given these stewards a little bit more paperwork.